Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hello, everyone. We are starting the Scrum today. We are joined by Xeppaa from Cloud9. We will start with some written questions. First question comes from VLRGG. Were there any added nerves or added pressure knowing you were the final NA representative?
Personally, and I could say for the team, I don't think maybe 2% nerves, but I would say nobody was really nervous. I think everybody was really excited to play and represent NA.
Thank you. Second question, also from VLRGG. You guys hadn't played Bind and Champions prior to today. What led you to pick it over something like Split?
Well, we're comfortable in every map we play except for Fracture because we had the least amount of practice on it. So I mean, every other map we're 100% confident on like anybody we pick, and we did a little scouting report thinking we can just play the map and just outplay them. Obviously, it hurts. It sucks that I couldn't perform the best I could have. I think I definitely this BO3 is probably the worst I've ever played. And I think if I showed up maybe like 50%, we would have won the game.
Thank you. We'll open the floor for questions. If you have any questions, please use the Zoom hand raise feature. First question from One Tap Valorant.
Hey man, sorry for the loss. First of all, my question to you is now after playing a European team like Team Liquid, how do you think EU and NA rank against each other like head to head?
Well, as you can see, NA is kind of out. I think there's obviously three European teams still in. I would say they have the upper hand right now, but I mean, I think C9 or at least us will be ready for the next time we play. But I mean, they're not far ahead. I'll say they're ahead right now because they're up, but I wouldn't say they're too far ahead.
Yeah, got you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from The Click.
I think the whole team performed great. I think everybody knew we had the talent and the work ethic to make it this far, and we all believe we can win this event. Sucks, like I said before, that I couldn't perform the best I could have, and I think last chance qualifier, after picking up Vanity after like a month of practice, barely, we were able to make it through last chance qualifier, and make it through the champions, have an incredible run.
All right, thank you. Are there any other questions? Yes, The Click.
Well, obviously, what's next for both yourself and Cloud9? I mean, obviously, you guys will reset, but what are going to be the things that you will focus on to rebuild and refocus for the next season?
I'm sure we're gonna after a couple days, we'll probably watch the VOD and see how things could have went, how we could have played better. But I think obviously Christmas is coming up. We'll have maybe a month and a half break. I'd say a month for sure. We're just after watching the VOD, we'll just have a month break, and then start playing rank and practice again. Just see what the next events are and just do that.
Thank you. Next question from One Tap Valorant.
How would you rate your experience in Berlin and especially getting the chance to scrim the teams from around the world and region? Like, how would you just rate your experience in both inside the game and out?
Well, inside the game, I mean, it was a blast playing teams we've never faced before. All the EU teams and Asian scene and the Brazilians, every team. It was a joy playing them. I mean, it's obviously a different experience. And before, we couldn't really scrim anybody in A because, they were all on break, so nobody was really scrimming. Um, so far in Berlin, I felt like it could have been better. A lot of these like the COVID tests we were taking, like we would have 10 p.m. matches, and we'd have to wake up at 10 in the morning for the COVID test, and by the end of the day we'll be all tired, or by the end of the start of the match we'll be all tired. I think the hotel is nice. I would like to see like if we're gonna stay at a hotel, like and we're gonna take COVID tests every day. I wish we like be placed anywhere else but a hotel where everybody's coming in and out and it just sucks that we have to take these tests every morning and then have matches at 10 p.m. But I mean, wish the practice PCs were a little better. But outside of that, I mean, it was kind of great. Besides, quarantining, like for 2 days. You're just sitting in our rooms with like terrible Wi-Fi. But, I mean, Riot did I'd say they did a pretty good job actually running the event. Besides like out of the COVID test, I think I give like I think like 7.5 out of 10
Yeah,
the whole
thank
event.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Nerd Street Gamers.
Hey, Xeppaa. Do you feel like you match with the toughest team going into the bracket? And did they do anything that surprised you in this match?
I wouldn't say we matched against the toughest team. I think Fnatic was definitely a tougher opponent out of all the teams we played, and I think Gambit was probably the best, even though we only scrimmed them. But I think, I mean, no, not really. I think if I just played just a little better, I think we would have pulled out the W, and I felt like we could have made it to the finals and win.
Thank you. Next question from One Tap Valorant.
Who would you consider to be favorites now to win the tournament or to just bring it all home? You think?
For personally, I personally think Gambit's gonna take it all. After scrimming them, I feel like that was the only team we had trouble in scrims. Um, I think either Gambit for me, Gambit or Fnatic for sure. We'll take it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Yes, One Tap Valorant.
Individually or as a team, who has surprised you the most throughout this tournament with their performance and how far they've come?
It's hard to say who actually surprised me because obviously I play with these boys every day, and we practice 8 hours a day. I kind of, everybody, we all have expectations of each other, and I think everybody, like, we all know how they play. And obviously, Leaf had the greatest series of his life to this BO3, and it sucks that I couldn't pull through and take the dub. But I mean, I'd say everybody was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Did you have another question? One Tap Valorant. Nope. Okay. Well, I think that concludes our scrum for today. Thank you very much, Xeppaa, for joining us, and thank you everyone in the room as well. We will be back momentarily with the next scrum.
Thank you.